Radio Network. Coming up, we'll deliver a full recap of today's game, including highlights from the biggest moments. Listen to Mike Shilt's post-game comments. Plus, we'll bring you today's play of the game. From the Padres Radio Network, here's Sam Levitt.
Padres lose another tough one in Houston. Final score in the middle game of this three-game series, the Astros 3 and the Padres 2. Welcome into our Jamul Casino Resort post-game show. Sam Levitt with you inside our San Diego studios. Hey, player, the Jamul Casino Resort is your place with a Lux Hotel Tower opening soon, new dining, and a long list of amazing amenities. You'll have more ways to play and enjoy all the perks of your casino fun. Jamul Casino Resort, the player's place. Final totals here today for the Astros: 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For the Padres, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Padres dropped to 15-6 on the season, and the Astros now back to 500 through 20 games, even at 10-10. Lot to do on our post-game coverage. We'll hear from Mike Shildt coming up in just a little bit. We'll recap this game from start to finish. We have the out-of-town scoreboard, our relief pitcher of the game, catch of the game, play of the game, all that stuff coming up as we move along here on this Saturday evening. But no doubt about it, a couple of tough days for the Padres in Houston. And this game in particular, I think you can break down in a few different ways. Let's start with Michael King's outing. Michael King was good in this game, 5 2/3 scoreless innings for most of it, but then gives up the Christian Walker 2-run home run to tie the game at 2 in the 6th inning. And it was just one of those outings for Michael King where it sort of got, I don't want to say ruined, but, ended in a way that, that you don't love. Look, Michael King, the last pitch he threw of the day was that 2-run home run to Christian Walker, tied the game at 2. Now, was King bad in this game? No, 5 2/3 innings, 2 runs given up on 4 hits. And again, he was 1 pitch away from getting through 6 scoreless innings. But one of those games where Michael King made a mistake late in a really tight game, and it was a game changer. 2-run home run for Walker. The game was tied at 2. The other thing, for both Michael King and Jeremiah Estrada, leadoff walks really hurt him in this game. Padres leading 2-0 in that 6th inning. Remember, King issues a leadoff walk to Isaac Paredes to begin that inning, gets the next 2 outs, and then came the 2-run homer to Christian Walker to tie the game at 2. In the bottom of the 7th inning, Jeremiah Estrada issues a leadoff walk to Victor Caratini. He ultimately comes in to score on the Paredes bloop RBI single to give the Astros a 3-2 lead, and they go on to win by that final score. So, King giving up the home run, the leadoff walk, certainly a part of this loss here today. The Padres once again had issues with runners in scoring position. We talked in the pregame about the Padres going only 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position in a very winnable game yesterday. Well, today they weren't much better, 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. In fact, they had 1 less hit with a runner in scoring position, 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. So a combined now 3 for 17 in this series with runners in scoring position. Those were the main culprits today. Lack of hitting with runners in scoring position, lack of taking advantage of opportunities. The 9th inning, a prime example after the Jose Iglesias leadoff double, and King giving up the home run, leadoff walks really coming back to hurt him. Those were main culprits in this game. But if you want to look at something which I think is probably out of everything in this game, most concerning, because Michael King giving up a home run and not being perfect, I'm not worried about Michael King. I'm not worried about Jeremiah Estrada. But the bottom 5 in this lineup today, after Gavin Sheets in the cleanup spot, the starters were Gonzalez, Iglesias, Wade, Diaz, and Joe. And again, let's remember, the Padres are dealing with significant injuries right now. No Jackson Merrill, no Jake Cronenworth. Brandon Lockridge is on the IL as well. Jason Hayward went on the IL earlier today. They are missing all of a sudden a lot of guys. And to their credit, they've won a lot of games despite dealing with some pretty significant injuries so far. But the bottom 5 in the lineup, the starters were 2 for 17. The bottom 5 spots combined, including the at-bats in the 9th inning from Bogarts and Gurriel and pinch hit spots, were a combined 2 for 19. 2 for 19 out of the bottom 5 spots in the lineup tonight. So that was a problem. It's I would say one of the prime reasons the Padres lost the one-run game. I mean, the ninth inning, a great example, leadoff double by Iglesias. You've got a great chance there with a base hit to tie the game, extend it. They couldn't do it. But 2 for 19 out of the bottom 5 spots in the lineup. And if you want to look at something from this game that I think is legitimately concerning as far as more of a, I don't want to say big picture, but in at least the next, I don't know, week or so until the Padres hopefully start getting some of these guys back, like a Merrill. We'll see what the timetable is as he continues to rehab from this hamstring strain. But, look, again, the bottom 5 in your lineup today, all of a sudden, is Gonzalez, Iglesias, Wade, Diaz, and Joe. And again, I'm just telling you the numbers. They want to combine 2 for 17. And again, the pinch hit appearances by Bogarts and Gurriel 0 for 2. So combined 2 for 19 out of the bottom 5 spots in your lineup. That's kind of a tough way to live. So that's concerning. It is. The Padres all of a sudden are in a little danger in this series. They got to face Framber Valdez on the mound tomorrow in the series finale. Padres will send Dylan Cease to the mound tomorrow, so they've got a good starting pitcher as well. Valdez very, very good for the Houston Astros, but not a great couple of days for the Padres in what have been 2 pretty well-played games and also 2 very winnable games. You feel like the Padres, just another hit or two with a runner in scoring position, could easily have won both the games in Houston so far. It's almost reminiscent of the game on Saturday against the Cubs. A little bit, at least, not Saturday, the middle game of the series against the Cubs on Tuesday. The extra inning game where, again, you felt like the Padres they just cashed in an opportunity with a runner in scoring position, go on to win that game. You feel very similarly about these first 2 games in Houston. And again, some concern there at the bottom of the lineup. And unfortunately, the Padres lose 3-2. We'll come back. We'll recap it from start to finish. We'll hear from Mike Shildt coming up a little bit later as well. Phone number is always 833-288-0973 if you want to chime in. Final score, Astros 3, Padres 2. Postgame show continues after this.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you.
Our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside our San Diego studios as we continue to wrap this one up. Padres lose 3-2 to the Houston Astros on this Saturday. One correction is something I said in the opening segment. Not that it matters all that much, to be honest with you, but I said the starters, spots 5 through 9 in the lineup today were 2 for 17. They were 2 for 16. In fact, I forgot about Tirso Ornelas' pinch hit appearance, his major league debut in the seventh inning. So that made it 0 for 3 for the pinch hitter. So it was 2 for 16 from the starters and 2 for 19 from the bottom 5 combined, whether it be the starters or pinch hitters during the course of this game. But either way, Padres fall 3-2 to the Astros on this Saturday. We'll hear from Mike Shildt coming up in a little bit. Stay tuned for that. But first, let's recap this one from start to finish.
Which moments determine the outcome of today's game? We'll paint you a picture with our game highlights on the Padres Radio Network.
Our starting pitching matchup today, Michael King for the Padres, Hayden Wesneski on the mound for the Astros. Both starting pitchers threw up zeros in the first couple of innings. In the top of the third, Wesneski got the first out, but then Fernando Tatis Jr. dug in.
The 0-1 pitch, and a breaking ball hung, hit in the air, deep to left field. Forget it. A no-doubter for Fernando off the billboards above the Crawford boxes. And Tatis, with his 7th of the year, gives the Padres the first run of the night.
So Fernando hitting his 7th home run of the season. 1-0 Padre lead early after dealing with runners in scoring position early. Michael King settled in. He worked around a 2-out walk in the third, a 1-2-3 bottom of the fourth inning. Padres still led just 1-0 in the fifth inning. Fernando Tatis Jr. hit a 1-out single. He went to second on a ground out. He stole third. He was 90 feet away from scoring for Manny Machado.
Manny swings, hits it in the air to deep right field. Smith is racing back. He's on the track, reaches up, can't make the catch. It's off the wall. Myers goes over to pick it up, sends it in. An RBI double for Manny Machado. And the Padres have a 2-0 lead here in the fifth.
So a 2-0 Padres lead, middle of 5. King threw a 1-2-3 bottom half of the fifth inning. Padres still led 2-0 going to the sixth inning. Michael King walked the leadoff man, but then he got the next 2 outs. The leadoff walk, though, proved to be costly as Christian Walker came up.
So Paredes still at first base now with 2 away. And the 1-0 pitch hit well to deep left field. Going back, Gonzalez turning to watch, gonna go. Christian Walker just into the Crawford boxes. A game-tying 2-run homer here in the bottom of the sixth inning.
That was it for King. He went 5 2/3 innings, gave up just the 2-run shot. Jeremiah Estrada got the final out in the sixth inning. We had a tie game going bottom 7. Estrada back to work. He walked the leadoff batter, Victor Caratini. He allowed a 1-out single to Cam Smith. Caratini went to second. So there were 2 outs, runners still on first and second for Isaac Paredes.
Paredes swings, loops it behind second. Wade trying to track it down. It's going to dump down behind him. Caratini will score. They hold Smith at third. And a great at-bat for Paredes as he delivers the go-ahead knock. And the Astros lead for the first time tonight. It's 3-2.
Estrada would finish the 7th inning. Astros still ahead 3-2. Brian Abreu worked around a leadoff walk in a scoreless top of the 8th. Adrian Morejon pitched a scoreless bottom of the 8th. So we went to the 9th inning. Astros closer Josh Hader came on for the save opportunity. Houston ahead 3-2. Padres would make noise. Jose Iglesias started the inning with a double. The Padres called Xander Bogaerts off the bench. He was getting a day off to pinch hit for Tyler Wade. Bogaerts flew out to deep left. Elias Diaz then popped out. First baseman Christian Walker made a nice play on it over the shoulder in shallow right for out number 2. Iglesias still on second, representing the tying run. The Padres pinch hit for Tirso Ornelas in the number 9 spot. It was Yuli Gurriel who stepped in to face Hader.
Gurriel swings, pops it into right field, should be the game. Smith jogging in, gets to the spot, and he makes the catch. Padres got a lead double from Jose Iglesias here in the top of the 9th inning, but they cannot bring him home as Hader shuts the door for a second straight night.
And that was that here tonight. Final score, Astros 3 and the Padres 2. 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors for Houston. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for San Diego. Padres dropped to 15-6. They've now lost 2 in a row. Astros improved to 10-10 through 20 games. Padres went 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Astros also went 1 for 7 with RISP. The one hit they had with runners in scoring position was that go-ahead RBI single for Paredes in the 7th inning, as the Padres now will try to avoid being swept in Houston tomorrow. We'll have much more on that game coming up a little bit later. When we return, we'll go back to Daikin Park in Houston, hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt as the Padres fall 3-2 to the Astros in the middle game of this 3-game set. This is the Padres Radio Network.
You're listening to the Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show, brought to you by the all-new Jamul Casino Resort.
Welcome back to the Jamul Casino Resort postgame show, brought to you by the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place. Sam Levitt with you inside our San Diego studios. Astros beat the Padres 3-2 on this Saturday. Padres dropped to 15-6 on the year. Now the Padres will try to avoid a sweep tomorrow at the hands of the Astros. Right-hander Dylan Cease on the mound for the Padres tomorrow. Left-hander Framber Valdez on the mound for Houston. So a very good pitching matchup in the series finale tomorrow. But first things first, as we continue to break this one down, wrap this one up after the Padres lose the middle game of this 3-game series. Again, Michael King going 5 2/3 innings, but the final batter he faced really was the most consequential one. Christian Walker taking him deep for a 2-run home run. That tied the game at 2. That was after Fernando Tatis Jr. hit a home run in the 3rd. Solo shot, his 7th of the season to make it a 1-0 game. Manny Machado, RBI double in the 5th to make it a 2-0 game. Then Walker tied the game with a 2-run shot in the 6th inning. Isaac Paredes against Jeremiah Estrada, RBI single in the 7th inning to make it 3-2. And that was it here today, a 3-2 Astro win. Let's go back to Daikin Park in Houston and hear some post-game reaction.
Let's pull up a seat in the manager's office and hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt, served up by Sin Lee Food, where fresh meets flavor. Find farm fresh produce, bold Asian spices, and gourmet ingredients at 4665 El Cajon Boulevard. Sin Lee Food, the cook's Asian resource.
Really good outing.
Michael threw the ball fantastic. I mean, that was a really, really good outing. Very efficient. Stuff was actually playing up more than it was. Even the last outing, velocity good. Everything was very, very good. Yeah, 2 leadoff walks to start innings ended up biting us. Michael was fantastic.
You guys have made do without Jax for a long time, without Jake. What are you going to need to do to continue to do that while they're gone, while people are dropping off?
What we've been doing, Ace. I don't know what more. We've demonstrated it. There's clarity to it. I'll be happy to repeat it. But it's about taking good at bats. It's about, playing clean defensively. It's about taking advantage of what the opponent gives us. And, the other side's trying to. But yeah, it's more the same. The formula is not going to change. I mean, listen, we got a very capable club and we've been playing very good baseball. We played really good baseball tonight. In a very tight game, some of the things that'll show up on the margins will get you. A couple walks, leadoff innings, ended up being a big part of the game. But that's just, it was a good baseball game. Could have gone either way. So we'll continue to play the game the right way and give ourselves the best chance to shake hands.
Turso made his debut for you tonight. What was the day like for him and conversations you had with him?
I got to imagine it was pretty crazy. He got the news late last night and dealt with multiple travel delays. So he didn't get here till about 10 after 5. So he was on a plane a lot today and transferring gates and all the stuff that comes with sometimes getting here. So, but me and Levitt were sitting on the bench, and what a privilege to sit there and see him walk out for the first time in a big league stadium and see him walk out and stand on the top of the rail and just kind of take it all in. It was really special. He's had everybody's journey to get here is a challenge, and most of them aren't in a straight line. His clearly has not been, and he's something the organization and himself can feel really good about. He's really self-made player and fought his way to get here with, again, not any clear path or any birthright. So really happy for him, and he's in the books. He's one of 23,000 plus that have done this, and that's a really, really impressive feat.
What could he bring to the team for what may be a limited time in being here?
Yeah, who knows? But listen, he takes great at bats. He's just able to do all the things in the game, to the best of his ability. He's a conscientious base runner. Center field's not his ideal position, but to Ace's point, we're, dealing with some guys that have been down that play that position, and Connor Joe, him stepped right in and went and, made the routine play. That's all we can ask. So he can bring that, and he's just a really good, smart, high baseball IQ guy that'll fit and help us win games on the margins with his mind too.
Did you talk to him at all before the game about whether or not because of the crazy travel, get an assessment about whether or not he was going to be ready to go?
Yeah, he was floating in here, Buster. He was floating in here and feeling good about it, and he was raring to go. So, we did talk about that being a long travel day. Talked about it before he got here, and then the group's consensus, including him, was like, "Yeah, this guy's, had a long path to get here. Let's he'll be ready when the bell rings."
Actually, were the Chihuahuas in El Paso, or were they on the road?
They were on the road. They were in Albuquerque. Yeah.
Do you think he gets in there tomorrow against the lefty? Or
I don't, not quite there yet, but you can maybe answer that one.
You've done some. You've been forced to do some.
Yeah, we get creative.
Things.
We get creative. So we'll see tomorrow. I'm not quite there yet, but TBD. But yeah, I wouldn't rule it out.
That was Padres manager Mike Shildt after this 3-2 loss to the Astros in Houston. Sam Levitt back with you inside our San Diego studios. Before we get to anything else, A big congratulations to Tirso Ornelas, who made his major league debut today. It really is a great story. I mean, even today wasn't a great story for him. He was supposed to be in the starting lineup, had 2 flights canceled, and got there, like you heard, just shortly before first pitch, and was available to come off the bench. But otherwise, sounded like he was going to be in the lineup today, but had 2 flights canceled as he tried to get to Houston. Was supposed to get in the area much earlier in the day, but for context, and it's something we talked about a lot during spring training, Tirso has been in the organization since 2017. It's been a very, very long road for Tirso Ornelas in this organization. He's a homegrown player. He's from Tijuana, like they said during the broadcast, came to Padres games growing up, and big congratulations to Tirso Ornelas, and we'll see if he gets to start tomorrow against the left-hander in Framber Valdez. He might, because look, the Padres, they do have options in the outfield, but, they had Connor Joe playing center field today, his first appearance ever in the major leagues in center. They're trying to figure it out in the outfield without Brandon Lockridge, now without Jason Hayward. Now, obviously they've been without Jackson Merrill. They're doing their best to figure this out in the outfield, and it's not the easiest thing to do right now because of the guys that are missing. So good for Tirso Ornelas. We'll see when his first start comes. I'm sure he will start at some point, whether it be tomorrow or another day, but big congratulations to him. Other than that, you heard Mike Shildt mention the leadoff walks. We've mentioned that earlier. That was a big part of this game. The leadoff walk for King in the 6th inning against Paredes. That set the table for Walker to hit the 2-run home run with 2 men away. Leadoff walk for Jeremiah Estrada against Victor Caratini in the 7th inning. That run ended up scoring 3rd run of the game. Go-ahead run. Astros end up winning it with that run 3-2. So those were significant. And look, you heard Mike Shildt asked about what it's going to continue to take to make up for the absences of guys like Merrill and Cronenworth and now Hayward and all these injuries the Padres are dealing with in the first month of the season. And to Mike's point, it's going to take more of what the Padres have done really until the last couple of days, winning on the margins, coming up in big spots, contributions up and down the lineup. And again, the thing that stood out to me today, beyond King giving up a home run, beyond Jeremiah Estrada not being the best version of himself today, was the bottom 5 in the lineup going to combine 2 for 19, including the pinch hit appearances. Again, Padres had a bottom of the lineup today that was Gonzalez, Iglesias, Wade, Diaz, and Joe starting 5 through 9. And no disrespect to those guys, but obviously it is a reflection of the Padres missing a lot of guys right now. There is no Hayward. There is no Merrill. There is no Jake Cronenworth. So Padres are going to have to continue to figure this out without some very, very key players and get contributions from the bottom half of that lineup, certainly more so than they did today. That's really the point. No matter who is in there, they're going to have to get more contributions than they received today, and we'll see if they can start doing that tomorrow in the final game of this 3-game series. When we come back, we'll tell you about our relief pitcher of the game. We've got our out-of-town scoreboard coming up. If you want to squeeze a phone call in, you can at 833-288-0973. Astros win it 3-2 against the Padres on this Saturday. Post-game coverage continues after this. Our Jamul Casino Resort Padres post-game show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside our San Diego studios. Final score today, Astros 3 and the Padres 2, as the Padres have dropped the first two games of this three-game series in Houston. They'll try to avoid a sweep tomorrow. We'll have more on that game coming up in just a little bit. If you want to squeeze a phone call in, you can, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Phone number to call if you want to chime in on social media. Find me on X or Instagram. You can do that at Sammy Lev, SAMMYLEV. If you would rather chime in on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, want to participate in the chat, you can do that as well. May just read your reaction to today's game live here on the air. There was a bright spot out of the Padres bullpen in this one. Let's tell you about it with our relief pitcher of the game.
Which pitcher entered the game and slammed the door shut? This is today's relief pitcher of the game, presented by David P. Shapiro Criminal Defense Attorneys. When your freedom and future are on the line, you need the best arm in the pen. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
Our relief pitcher of the game will stay on the Padres side of things. We'll give it to Adrian Morejon, who came in bottom half of the eighth inning, trying to keep it a one-run game, and he did exactly that. Morejon working around a leadoff single, so nice job by Adrian. Hey, in that spot, you're just trying to keep it 3-2. Give the Padres a nice chance to come back in the top of the ninth inning, and that's exactly what Adrian did. And hey, Padres had the tying run on second base, nobody out in the ninth inning. If the Padres tie this game, go on to win this game, we're probably looking at Adrian keeping it a one-run game as a pretty critical part of this game. So Morejon, another good appearance for him. Now 10 appearances in, 0.87 ERA, 10-plus innings. He struck out 7. He's been very, very solid as he tries to follow up that terrific 2024 campaign. And so far, so good for the left-hander, Adrian Morejon. Let's tell you about today's catch of the game.
Which defensive play had the biggest impact on today's game?
He is at the wall, leaps up, and he makes the catch.
This is the catch of the game.
Gonna hang a star for Jackson Merrill.
Reeled in by Anthony's Fish Grotto La Mesa, celebrating 80 years of seafood excellence.
And the first pitch to him, grounded to third base. Manny's coming home, and out at the plate is Paredes. Not even close.
That was our catch of the game. Manny Machado making a nice play. Ground ball to third base in the first inning. Runners on second and third went home with it. Tag applied by Elias Diaz. Prevented a run in the first inning. Got Michael King through a scoreless opening frame. And a nice play by Manny at third. That is our catch of today's game. Some nice defense by Manny Machado. Very fundamentally sound in that first inning. Michael King again. He was nearly through 6 scoreless innings in this game, but gave up the home run with 2 outs in the 6th inning to Christian Walker. 2-run shot to tie the game at 2. Michael King going 5 2/3 innings. 2 earned runs given up in this ball game, both coming on the Walker home run. We'll step aside. When we come back, we will squeeze in a phone call or two, 833-288-0973. And we'll also hear about the out-of-town scoreboard and have our play of the game. Final score, Astros 3, Padres 2. Our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues after this on the Padres Radio Network.
Stay tuned to the Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show.
Our Jamul Casino Resort Padres post-game show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Final score, Astros 3 and the Padres 2, as the Astros have won the first two games of this three-game series in Houston. Sam Levitt with you inside our San Diego studios as we continue to wrap this one up. We'll have a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard in a moment. We'll hear our play of the game coming up in just a little bit. One note, by the way, Fernando Tatis Jr. hitting his 7th home run of the season today, solo shot in the third that made it a 1-0 game. Fernando now 7 home runs. He also stole a base today, so he has 7 stolen bases. He's the first player this season in Major League Baseball to have both 7 home runs and 7 stolen bases. So pretty emblematic of what Fernando's done to begin his season. He's now in the midst of a 20-game on-base streak to begin his season. So despite the loss, Fernando continuing what has been a stellar start to 2025. Before we get to our out-of-town scoreboard, let's quickly go to the phones, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Phone number to call as always. Let's lead things off. We go to Spencer calling in. Spencer, you're on the Padres Radio Network. Go ahead. Spencer going once, going twice. Okay, no Spencer. Try again, Spencer. All right, 833-288-0973. If you want to call in, chime in about this 3-2 defeat for the Astros here, or I should say for the Padres against the Astros in Houston today. Let's take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard.
Let's take a trip around the bigs to highlight the scores that matter most with our out-of-town scoreboard. Presented by Jensen Premium Beef Patties. Always a hit for grilling.
Let's take a look at the finals today. Braves beat the Twins 4-3 in Atlanta. Michael Harris II, a home run in that one for the Braves. A's beat the Brewers 3-1 in Milwaukee earlier today. Nationals in a wild one in Colorado beat the Rockies 12-11 in Colorado today. Rays had quite the comeback against the Yankees in Tampa Bay today. Yankees led that game by a score of, let's see here, I want to make sure I get this right. They led the game 8-4 going into the bottom of the 9th inning. The Rays scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to tie the game at 8, and then it was a home run, a 2-run walk-off home run that won it for the Rays in the bottom half of the 10th inning by Jonathan Aranda. So again, Yankees led that game 8-4, bottom of the 9th inning. Rays stormed back with 4 runs to tie it at 8, and then a Jonathan Aranda 2-run home run won it for Tampa Bay in the bottom of the 10th inning as the Rays win it 10-8. Quite a finish there. Red Sox beat the White Sox 4-3 at Fenway Park. The final in 10 at Fenway today. Tristan Casas walked it off with a single in the bottom of the 10th inning. Speaking of walk-offs, Adolis Garcia, a 2-run walk-off home run for the Rangers in Arlington today as the Rangers beat the Dodgers 4-3. Mets beat the Cardinals 3-0 in New York. Pete Alonso had a couple of RBIs in that game, including another home run for Alonso, who's off to a very, very good start in 2025. Guardians beat the Pirates 3-0 in Pittsburgh. Orioles beat the Reds 9-5 in Baltimore. Ramon Laureano with a home run in that game for the Orioles. Mariners beat the Blue Jays 8-4 in Toronto. Rowdy Tellez hitting a 12th inning grand slam in that game. So the Mariners beating the Blue Jays 8-4 in 12. Cubs beat the Diamondbacks 6-2 in Chicago. Seiya Suzuki, Michael Busch hit home runs in that game for the Cubbies. The Tigers and the Royals doing battle in Detroit. Spencer Torkelson provided all the offense for the Tigers.
Lugo fires. Torkelson hits this one in the air to left. Going back is Waters. This one carrying Waters at the track, at the wall, and it's gone! Touch 'em all, Spencer Torkelson. That is number 7 on the year. And the Tigers grab a 3-0 lead, all with 2 out here in the home half of the 5th.
Call courtesy of the Tigers Radio Network. Spencer Torkelson, 3-run home run in the 5th inning, gives the Tigers a lead. They win it 3-1. Phillies hung on to beat the Marlins 11-10. Marlins scored 6 runs in the top of the 9th inning in that game. Phillies won it by a single run, 11-10. And the only game going on right now, Giants 3, Angels 1, 5th inning in Anaheim. And that is a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard on this Saturday. Padres fall 3-2 to the Astros in Houston today. Let's hear today's play of the game.
The line between winning and losing can be razor thin. Which play was the difference between victory and defeat? This is today's play of the game, presented by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Paredes swings, loops it behind second. Wade trying to track it down. It's going to dump down behind him. Caratini will score. They hold Smith at third. And a great at bat for Paredes as he delivers the go-ahead knock. And the Astros lead for the first time tonight. It's 3-2.
Our play of the game, sometimes we, kind of lean Padres. We'll give you something from a Padre perspective, even in a loss. But then sometimes we got to kind of listen to what that intro says about the play that decides the game, and that's what we just heard. The Isaac Paredes RBI single in the 7th inning gave the Astros a 3-2 lead, and they go on to win by that final score on this Saturday evening. Astros have won the first 2 games of this series. Again, the leadoff walk in that 7th inning for Victor Caratini, issued by Jeremiah Estrada. Then later in the inning, you had the single by Cam Smith, and then it was the 2-out RBI single by Isaac Paredes in the 7th inning, gave the Astros that 3-2 lead. All right, let's squeeze in just a couple of phone calls before we go. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We'll get you ready for tomorrow's game in a moment. Let's go to Micah calling in from Oceanside. Micah, you're on the Padres Radio Network. Welcome in.
Hey, Sammy. How you doing, sir?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I don't know if you remember me. I met you in the studio a long time
last
year.
Nice.
But yeah, good to talk to you. I'm sorry I missed some of your post game there, but saw bits and pieces of the game. I heard Don and Mudd after talking about the pitching and going back and forth and coming from a pitching perspective about a couple little, Michael Yates a little bit, but still some performance. But what I didn't hear is about some of the cold bats. And again, forgive me if you mentioned this in your post game, but I'm a little worried about the bottom of the bench. Again, we're hot. I'm not ultimately worried big picture, but I know, we'll do things and everything. But the bottom of the bench, the bats were quiet. And I'm just wondering, what do you think, Sammy? How do you think that's going to fill out as time progresses?
Yeah, Micah, look, we did talk about it quite a bit earlier in the post game. And, look, what I said about it was this. Number one, I think we're seeing the effects of the injuries. Look, they've done a really good job battling through these injuries and different guys stepping up and winning a lot of games despite dealing with some very significant injuries to guys like Merrill, Cronenworth. Now you've got Hayward on the IL as of today. But yeah, look, you look at the bottom 5 spots in their lineup today. It was Gonzalez, Iglesias, Wade, Diaz, and Joe. And again, it's just not the bottom 5 you thought you were going to have at the start of the season. Not certainly the bottom 5 that you had, at the beginning of the year, but they're dealing with so many injuries right now. They're trying to fit guys in, and they're calling up guys from AAA. They had Tirso Ornelas come off the bench today. They had Gurriel Bogarts, who got a day off today, come off the bench. Combined, the bottom 5 in the lineup was 2 for 19 between the starters and the pinch hitters. So to your point, Micah, yeah, it was a tough day for the bottom of the lineup. And if the Padres are going to continue to win a lot of games like they've been doing at that kind of rate, they're going to need, I think it's safe to say, the bottom half of the lineup to contribute more than what they did today. I mean, again, that 9th inning, Iglesias leadoff double, Bogarts pinch hits. Again, a little bit different when you're talking about the bottom of the lineup numbers and you include Xander in there right now, because we know typically it's going to be well, I guess if he's hitting 50, would kind of fit in the category today. But Xander is more of a middle to top of your order type lineup, even though he's kind of, he can even be fifth, even sixth in this lineup right now when they're fully healthy. The point is, whether you want to look at Xander, Wade in that 7th spot, Diaz had the opportunity with Iglesias on second base. Then you have Gurriel pinch hitting as the last opportunity in the 9th inning with that tying run on second base, 2 for 19. And the number of those opportunities came with runners in scoring position in a 1-run game, where one hit could totally change what this game was. So there's no doubt about it, Micah. They're dealing with injuries. You may have seen the last couple of days the impact of that more than what we've seen the last week and a half. They've done a remarkable job early this season, getting wins, producing, finding ways despite the injuries. They're really banged up right now. There's no Merrill. There's no Cronenworth. There's no Hayward. There's no Lockridge. They're trying to figure it out and make do. And it's a tough thing to do, but they're going to have to get more contributions from the bottom half of that lineup than what they got today. All right, let's close things up. We go to Spencer calling in. Spencer, you're on the Padres Radio Network. Welcome in. Spencer, hey.
Yeah, I'm here. Do you hear me?
Yep, got you.
I love you, Champagne Sammy. I'd love to give some love to the chat fam on YouTube. I promised I would. So I would like to hear your thought on not bunting with Xander and moving him over. What do you think?
Yeah, look, Spencer, I got 2 thoughts on it and appreciate the phone call. Number one, you're not sending Xander up there to bunt. Okay. If you were gonna do that, what I would say you would do, let's say that's your strategy. Put that tying run on third base with less than 2 outs. If that's your strategy, then you leave Wade in there to bunt and you actually pinch hit with Xander in the Diaz spot. You're not going to send him up there for Wade to pinch hit. Here's what I'm going to say. A lot of teams, most teams, if not all 30 teams, are going to view that situation in 2025 with the tying run on second base and a guy who's got great speed in Iglesias and say, hey, we got 3 shots to get him in. That's just not the way they play it anymore, Spencer. They're going to value the number of outs there rather than getting Iglesias to third. You might disagree with that, but I think in most cases, you're not going to see that guy bunted over to third. But if you were going to do it, to me, you leave Wade in there to bunt, and then you would have Bogarts actually pinch hit for Diaz in the number 8 spot. But I really had no problem with them, basically giving themselves 3 opportunities to get a base hit and drive Iglesias in. I didn't have a problem with it. And most teams in modern baseball, that's the way they play it. They don't want to give up that out. They really don't. So, there are fans out there who I'm sure would love to see him bunted over, but it's not the way they play it. And I know, look, the problem in that 9th inning to me was not the strategy. It was the execution. You got the tying run on second base with nobody out, and you got to find a way to get him in that spot. And the Padres couldn't find a way to extend this game. As always, if you missed any portion of our post-game coverage, you can go back and listen to all of it on the Inside San Diego Baseball podcast with Sam Levitt, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts, or you can go back and watch any portion of our post-game coverage on YouTube on the 97.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Taking a look at tomorrow's game, the third and final game of this 3-game set in Houston, as the Padres will try to avoid a 3-game sweep at the hands of the Houston Astros. Right-hander Dylan Cease on the mound for the Padres tomorrow. Left-hander Framber Valdez on the mound for the Astros. First pitch tomorrow, 4:10 p.m. It is Sunday Night Baseball tomorrow, Padres and the Astros. No local telecast, so you're invited to join us on the radio side of things always. Our EcoWater SoCal Padres pregame show will begin at 3:10. Taking a look at the final totals today for the Astros, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left on 7. For the Padres, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left on 7 as well. Winning pitcher was Taylor Scott, who improves to 1-1. Losing pitcher Jeremiah Estrada, who drops to 0-1. And the save goes to Josh Hader, his 6th of the season. Time of game, 2 hours and 38 minutes, and the crowd at Ziken Park in Houston, Texas, 39,287. Once again, first pitch tomorrow, 4:10 p.m. Our pregame coverage begins at 3:10. Until then, for our great studio coordinator, Bobby Chardon, I'm Sam Levitt saying so long and good night from our San Diego studios. Again, our final score today, the Houston Astros 3 and the San Diego Padres 2. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Padres Radio Network. Have a great night, everybody.